Novo lit that shit bang.
Welcome back, everybody, to Crows of Judgment, and I want to talk about this Twitch's new rules. Now, Twitch has had a ton of issues with the way that they've decided to moderate their platform. There was banning of the words cuck and simp. They've regularly allowed female Twitch streamers to do things that would get anybody else banned immediately, like, full on nude stuff. Like I'm trying to be appropriate here, but yeah, they've allowed a lot of terrible behavior on their platform, and it's pretty funny because then they'll go ahead and punish behavior that's say the word cuck and simp is a banned word on Twitch. There was a situation, I want to say it was like a year, maybe 2 years ago, in which a man who was live streaming at the time was literally shot, right? Somebody shot him. And so Twitch went out there and said, okay, we're banning you for having violent content on your live stream. I was like, the dude was literally attacked and they banned him. But yeah, that's Twitch in a nutshell. Just a terrible, awful platform that I don't know why people really want to support. I mean, I guess people find it better than YouTube. I understand that there's... I mean, I can understand it, but like at a certain point, you got to acknowledge that they're just insane. And well, let's just jump into it. But before we begin, please do me a favor. Drop a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And if you want to further support us, consider hitting the join button. Twitch's new rules say the word protected 50 times, and it basically leaves the door open for such groups to attack people so long as they're white, cis, and male. The wording of these guidelines makes it clear that harassment guidelines won't be enforced equally. So, read through it. Now, here's the thing. On the face of it, it doesn't sound that bad, right? Expressions questioning a group's worth, protected groups, protected groups, protected groups, protected characteristics, protected group. Content suggesting that protected group members are subhuman, inhuman, or impure. Content insinuating that individuals with certain protected characteristics are criminals or terrorists. Referring to a protected group as property or other things. Now, again, right? That doesn't sound bad. Nobody wants to go after a protected group, but I guess what I would question is, why wouldn't Twitch just make those rules for everybody? Like, you're not allowed to call anybody this. You're not allowed to call anybody that, right? Look, let's be honest. If you're white, cis, and male, you're not in a protected group at all, you're fair game for all the things that the rules are banning for literally everybody else. Because, look, if you're a white female, well, being a female is considered a protected group, right? Especially on Twitch. So, going a little bit further into it, that's how it's worded, but we all know how it will be enforced. There's many examples of unbalanced moderation on Twitch. The rules also leave loopholes for such unbalanced enforcement. This is why we'll still be seeing big name BLMers shitting on all white people without consequence. Because it actually says over here, this does not include support for self-determination movement. So if I said, hashtag Black Lives Matter, kill Whitey, that's allowed on Twitch, right? Under these rules, anyways, it would be, right? I could say Black Lives Matter and then anything disparaging towards white people, that's fully okay. Or I could say, Black Lives Matter and then talk about the superiority of black people over other races. That would be allowed on Twitch because, certainly Twitch isn't going to stand in the way of a BLMer, like not at all. And in fact, there's a clip that they put into this thread, and I want to go into it. But this is the entire thing, right? The hateful conduct policy. Twitch does not permit behavior that is motivated by hatred, prejudice, or intolerance, including behavior that promotes or encourages discrimination, denigration, harassment, or violence based on the following protected characteristics: race, ethnicity, color, caste, national origin, immigration status. Literally anything. The thing is, it becomes this whole thing of like, who has the power in society? It's the white people. Yeah. But the white males specifically, because the females don't. Yeah. Even though on Twitch, right, if I'm a dude and I bend over and spread my cheeks, I'm banned immediately for life, never coming back. If I'm a female and I do it, I get like a 2-week suspension. Ain't that big of a deal. But remember, men have all the power. literally ban fucking simp and cock in their fucking. Okay, all right. The key takeaways is that there's a lot of wordplay within these rules that makes it from where I'm sitting anyway, so certain groups can still dehumanize entire other groups depending on institutional power / politics. Given Twitch's history, I know these rules aren't equal. Well, I mean, that's true. And actually, let me play this clip here. So for those of you who are unaware, this would be Dear Girl, right? Dear Girl is literally insane. I don't mean insane because, you know, they self-identify as a deer. It's that they self-identify as a female deer, but they also wear antlers, and antlers are only on male deer, which is just nuts. I'm never going to get over how insane that is, right? I know, I'm missing the point and everything, but you gotta admit, that is crazy to be that completely inept over the thing that you say that you self-identify as. It's like saying I self-identify as a rabbit and I eat carrots all the time, even though, scientifically speaking, carrots would actually kill rabbits if they ate too many of them. I am off in a weird tangent right now, so just ignore everything I said for like the past 30-ish seconds.
But I'm hanging in there. And I'm not going anywhere. I have power. They can't take it away from me. And honestly, you know, there are some people that should be afraid of me, and that they are, because I represent moderation and diversity, and I'm gonna come for hurtful, harmful people. If you're a really shitty person, I'm gonna stand up against you. Period. And Twitch is endorsing me to do that.
So look, that's basically the issue with Twitch, right? They're going to give power to people like Dear Girl. Now, the only reason why Dear Girl got taken down was because the absolute outrage and the fact that, you know, they openly bragged about how they were going to be attacking people, right? How they were going to be targeting people, talking about how they had the power now and people should be afraid of them. And here's the worst part, right? When somebody who's clearly, right, you know, just absolutely talking about abusing power, right, you're going to have some idiot like, oh, our good buddy Stephen A. Sarch, who will talk about how, you know, the Safety Advisory Council immediately deals with harassment and not bring up any of the things that, you know, she's actually done, which is why she was being criticized, right? By the way, shout out to Stephen A. Sarch, you absolute amoral sack of human trash. But yeah, at the end of the day, Twitch has given power to people who have displayed, you know, really terrible characteristics, really terrible demeanor, have outright attacked people. And I'm going to skip to the end of this thread, right? Only because you basically get the points that they're bringing up. I'll put a link into the description for this if you want to take a look at it, because I think it's actually a really good read, so that you can understand how Twitch plans to handle these things. And they play this clip. Now, a lot of people are familiar with this, right? So, look, I'll be honest with you. I don't care about Twitch in the sense that, like, I know it's a terrible platform. I know it's completely going downhill. At one point, I was like, you know, I'd really like to just, like, do Pokemon content on Twitch because I like Pokemon. But then I was looking, I was like, I'm going to say something, right? They'll be completely innocuous and just get absolutely obliterated, right? But a lot of people are familiar with this clip, and it's essentially this guy was made like Pog champion, right? Because they took out another dude for saying something that they deemed to be abusive, right? And a lot of people listened to it and said it really wasn't. But then they made this guy Pog champion, even though, you know, he said stuff like this.
Cool. I just want to comment about, so what's happening is, because I'm kind of seeing it a little bit on Twitter plus in here. Someone shared that a conglomeration of all the times I said white feelings don't matter, and are pressed about that, and now are using that as a tirade against me, saying, I thought you don't have pog champers who don't say bad things. And I'm like, totally not the same. I'm not condemning an entire people and defending insurrectionists and people who did some headassery. I'm saying that when you say white lives matter, they don't. And I'll say that again, whether...
So, again, right? I'm not defending insurrectionists. I'm just saying a whole group of people, their lives don't matter. But that's okay because I'm not defending insurrectionists. I'm just saying a whole group of people's lives do not matter. And that's totally different, right? This is Twitch in a nutshell, right? If you are in the right group, if you're in a protected group, they will bend over backwards. And you know, to be honest with you, if you got a pair of tits, they'll also do whatever the hell you say. But it's going to allow someone like this, right, who has a whole compilation of himself talking about how white feelings don't matter, going on to defend himself and say, I'm not the same. I'm not the same because I don't defend insurrectionists. I just say, you know, an entire group of people's lives have no meaning. And that's totally different. I'm such a smart, I deserve to be POG champion because I didn't defend insurrectionists. I mean, if as long as they're not insurrectionists, then I'm perfectly okay to say that a whole group of people's lives do not matter, and that's not offensive in any way, shape, or form. This is the level of absolute stupidity. We have freaking Dear Girl, and we have this moron, right? Welcome to Twitch in 2021. It's only going to get worse, right? You cannot say simp or cuck because the platform is literally filled with simps and cucks who get absolutely ass mad whenever you criticize their favorite female Twitch streamer, right? They'll ban a dude who gets shot on a live stream by a random attacker, right? Because he posted violence, and then they'll allow a girl to literally bend over, spread her cheeks, and let her get off with a 2-week suspension. This is Twitch, right? I don't see it getting any better. I only see it getting progressively worse, right? Now, I would say Twitch is probably worse than even YouTube is. YouTube's got some pretty bad standards, but I mean, Twitch is just absolute brain damage.
Novo, let that shit bang.